Hello and welcome to Gadget Joe, and today we take a look at a 110-inch screen that fits in the palm of your hand. The TSG200 home projector is an LED projector capable of delivering an image of up to 110 inches in size in a tiny compact form factor. Before we take a proper look into the details and specifications of the units, let's start with the unboxing experience. On the front of the box you get a bright, vibrant image of a person holding the projector and some basic key features of a unit in the bottom right, such as a piano lacquer coating, built-in speaker and super small size. On the side of the box you get information such as the support for music, video and image formats that are compatible with the TSG200. On the back is an image of a unit and a short technical specification chart that outlines the information such as the power input, projector distance, consumption, dimensions and weight, and that's pretty much it. Opening the box you are greeted with a user manual that features everything you need to know to get the projector working. Next you get a power adapter that utilises the European plug on this one with a small 12 volt connector at the end. The TSG200 runs on 12 volt power that is delivered by this single unit. It also runs by 5 volt too, which we will touch upon shortly. Next you get a composite cable with a 3.5mm jack. The projector itself, and then lifting this tray up you reveal a small remote that almost resembles the Apple TV remote with soft buttons running on double AAA batteries, and that's it for the unboxing experience. The projector itself is a small unit coming in at only 108mm by 84mm and only 48mm thickness. It is a fairly substantial unit that feels sturdy and well built. The housing on top is smooth, glossy piano black plastic that does unfortunately show up fingerprints. The buttons on top are in fact touch sensitive, which is a nice touch. Left to right you get a power switch, D-pad, menu button, source and undo button. Above this you get a focus dial. At the rear of the unit you get a black plastic grille style housing that features a HDMI port, and here you can see a speaker grille covering the built-in speaker. Turn it around and you get a generous amount of connectivity options in the form of a 5 volt micro USB in port, micro SD port, USB, audio video, headset and 12 volt DC port. Turn it around once more and you get the business end of a projector. This side has a panel that is made up of CNC cut metal that gives it a much more premium appearance. At the top is an infrared sensor for the remote, and on the right you get the lens itself. On the base you get a tripod mount to allow you to mount the projector wherever needed, and 4 rubber feet around it. Move back to the front and you get the lens again covered with this rubber cap. Remove the cap to reveal the lens, and the lens itself is a coated lens that can produce images of up to 110 inches in size when used from up to 60 centimeters away. The projector is an LED unit, so despite having a relatively low power usage, it still projects at an impressive 68 lumens to produce its image. Adjusting the size and focus of the image is done by rotating this dial here, and as you can see the lens is brought forward and backwards until you get a focused image. To power the projector you need to connect to the 12 volt DC power lead and then you're good to go. However, with that said, you can actually power the projector via micro USB 5 volt. You can do this by simply connecting a USB cable to this part and then connecting it to a power brick. This does mean that you have extra flexibility on power options and portability. Once you have power to the projector you can then choose your input source. You can use the composite audio video, memory card, USB or HDMI port. For the purpose of this video, to showcase the TSG200 in action, I have opted for utilising the USB port with an external SSD connected, containing some movie files. Simply plug in, connect to a power source, position the projector to the desired space and using the remote, switch it on. After a brief moment you will see an image showing up against the wall. Naturally, like all projectors, it works best in a dark environment, and as you can see here, you can utilise that focus wheel to sharpen the image and resize it. When powered you get a main menu that looks much like this, with movie, music, photo and text tabs. Before you go into any of these, you can set the picture to your desired effect by clicking on the menu button on the remote. Here you will get a list of options to change the picture mode from standard, soft, vivid or user defined, which gives you more control on factors such as contrast, brightness, colour, sharpness and tint. Press return to go back to the main screen. On the main screen too, you can change the colour temperature, noise reduction, sound mode from standard, music, movie, sports and user again, and you can even set up surround sound features from off, SRS True Surround and standard surround sound. You can then change features such as clock, sleep timers, auto sleep, on-screen display language, restore factory default, and even update your software via USB. Another interesting but vital feature is the screen rotation. You can cycle through the rotations to flip or rotate your image, which is especially useful if you mount the projector to your ceiling or through a mirror, through a screen, and so on. You can also manually select through your input sources by clicking on the source button on the remote and cycling through the options seen here. Now let's get on to the picture quality itself. The image we have here is around 28 inches in size, and as you can see here it displays nicely. The picture is not overwhelmingly sharp, but it is certainly easily viewable. Colours are vivid and ever so slightly washed out, but impressive nonetheless. Detail is okay. It does support 1920 by 1080, but the native resolution is 320 by 240, which is the reason you can see the pixels here, which causes a slight bit of motion blur, but it certainly handles high action movies surprisingly well with very little lag or loss of detail. With a contrast rating of 500:1, it is plenty capable. The sound quality from the internal built-in speaker is okay at around 70% volume. When you go higher it does get a little bit tinny, but it is certainly adequate, and surprisingly, considering it's only a 2-watt speaker, it packs some decent sound performance.
Soldier, I'll buy you some time.
You can of course add external speakers or headphones for a more immersive, louder, true surround sound experience. And that pretty much wraps up this review of a TSG200 LED portable projector, and it's certainly got a fair bit going for it, especially when you consider that this whole unit costs less than £50. It carries a substantial amount of multimedia support, input sources, extension options, and even has a lengthy multimedia format compatibilities list as seen here. It is important to note that it is classed as a budget entry-level performing projector, so it would be completely unfair to compare it to a true HD projector that costs substantially more. It doesn't have the best image in the world, but it is certainly very easy to watch and won't cause any issues. Overall, I feel this would suit a child's bedroom, in a smaller office, kitchen, or most suitably in a truck for the truck drivers that spend their weeks in their vehicles. For the extended compatibility and expansion options, small size, good build quality, included remote and significant image projection size, I am happy to award this our Gadget Joe Silver Award with 3 stars. Had the image quality been that little bit better, it would have got to gold. However, bearing in mind the price range and functionality, it's a solid option if you're in the market for a budget projector. This of course is a video produced for Gearbest, and if you would like to get your hands on your own TSG200, I will leave a link down below to my affiliate link for the Gearbest website, where you can go and purchase your own TSG200. Whilst you're there, don't forget to click like on this video, subscribe for more like this, and that's it from me for now, and I'll see you in the next video.